I have eyes in the back of my head. Yakko?
Yes, Miss Flamel?
I want you to multiply 47 times 83.
7 times 3 is 21, which, as you know, is just 2 tens plus 1, and so we put the 1 right here, and we carry the 2 1 left to the top of the tens place right next door, and we put it on top of the number 4, which is really 4 tens that we multiply, times 3 in the ones place, and that's why we now have 12, which we add to the 2 that we carry to get 14. See how easy that was? Ho, it's multiplication, it's math education. Hey, Albert Einstein said that it's so easy to do. It's simple, it's breezy, it's fun and it's easy. Just buy a calculator, you can multiply too. And now the second digit. 7 times 8 is 56, which, as you know, is just 5 tens plus 6, and so we put the 6 right here in the tens place left of the 1, carry the 5 like we did before to the top of the tens place next to the 4, then multiply that 4 times 8 to get 32. See, isn't this great? Then we add the 5 that we carried before to get 37, then add once more straight down to get 3,901. Isn't this swell? Oh, let's give multiplication a standing ovation. Isaac Newton multiplied a couple times 2, times 2, times 2, times 2. It's simple, it's breezy, it's fun and it's easy. So buy a calculator and study this stuff later. Maybe someday you can multiply numbers 2, 3, 4, 5. Recess!
Do you want to take your classroom from boring to innovative, interactive, friendly, and fun? Where your students are singing, dancing, and overflowing with excitement for learning, just as Yakko showed us in the video clip from Animaniacs? Then you should start incorporating technology and activities that appeal to all multiple intelligences while challenging your students using Bloom's taxonomy. What is that I hear? You think this seems too difficult? Just stay tuned to see just how creative you can get in order to reach all of your students. Here you will see an example of my multiplication and division unit. You'll see activities that capitalize on various strengths, focus on different second grade standards, all while using technology. By the end of the unit, students will be able to solve multiplication and division problems by using various strategies, such as using equal groups, repeated addition and subtraction, arrays, and skip counting. They will also be able to demonstrate an understanding of the relationship between multiplication and division. In second grade, students will begin memorizing multiplication tables for the 2s, 5s, and 10s. This unit concentrates on teaching second grade students multiplication and division while focusing on California content standards, Common Core standards, and technology standards. In the math content standards, this unit will teach students number sense in order to use various strategies to solve multiplication and division problems. Additionally, there will be reading and writing content standards covered in the unit where students will write a friendly letter to describe how to solve multiplication and division problems. Students will also need to use listening and speaking skills throughout the activities in this unit. Common Core standards will also be covered to have students work to gain a foundation in multiplication. They will also use writing to explain a topic and can use digital tools in producing their writing. Lastly, there will be various technology standards addressed on a daily basis while students work collaboratively and creatively to create projects that portray what they have learned throughout the unit. In this multiplication and division unit, you will see that each activity lines up with various intelligences as described by Howard Gardner. This unit plan is a way to begin thinking about how to reach each of your students in a variety of ways. These activities require several different modes of technology, such as iPads, laptops, computers, smartboards, social media, and more. Verbal learners will thrive in activities designed to use their ability to express themselves in writing and speaking, as well as through traditional teaching styles. Activities that verbal learners will enjoy are lectures through Khan Academy, which will be used to introduce multiplication and division strategies. They will also get to use their strengths in writing while using the friendly letter generator to write an explanation of how to solve a multiplication problem. Logical learners will enjoy the Khan Academy lessons as well because they will follow a specific structure that is easy to follow. During these lessons, students will be required to take notes on an app called NoteShelf. This app will allow students to keep a sequence of what they are learning in a way that will help them remember best. It also uses colors and pictures, which will appeal to our visual learners. These visual learners will be able to use their visual intelligence regularly during this 12-day unit. Many activities are visually appealing using pictures and illustration for learning. These learners will get to use a graphic organizer on creately.com or an app called MindMeister to organize their thoughts in a visual way. These learners will also be excited by learning through Instagram. Students will be required to take pictures that illustrate the various strategies of multiplication and division and post them online. Lastly, Sumo Paint is a great app for visual learners because it gives students a chance to use a more advanced program for artistic expression. The children who seem to be labeled as being overactive are considered the kinesthetic learners. These learners will succeed while using manipulatives and getting to do hands-on activities. They will be able to create videos as well as play various games online where they apply what they are learning about multiplication and division. Some of these websites include multiplication.com and shepherdsoftware.com, as well as various apps on their iPads. Musical learners will enjoy working with apps such as Songify and AutoRap in order to create catchy educational songs. They will use these songs in videos that they will create after watching videos with songs and rhythm on YouTube. Many activities focus on collaboration and interaction between students, which will be very useful in reaching students with the interpersonal intelligence. Students with this intelligence flourish in an environment where they can work together and learn from one another. Interaction through social media and online sources such as Skype, Instagram, Wikispaces, and QR codes will allow these students an outlet to interact in more ways than just working cooperatively in a group. Although these activities are useful for interpersonal intelligences, students with intrapersonal intelligences will also have activities that apply to them. They love to know how learning applies to their lives, and it makes it meaningful when they know this. Throughout this unit, students are going to learn the real-world application of multiplication and division through giving examples they find surrounding them. Using these real-world examples, students will use Comic Creator to develop problems which will become just one of their assessments. These real-world examples, along with Instagram photos that can be taken outdoors, can also appeal to the naturalist intelligence in the classroom. The final project encourages students to think at the highest level of Bloom's taxonomy, where they must create or develop a multiplication and division machine. After creating this and illustrating a picture or diagram, students must then create a commercial to advertise for their machine, which includes a song or slogan. This unit plan, along with EDUC 522, has taught me many things about teaching and reaching each individual student and their needs. Students are special and bring various intelligences to our classroom. It is my goal that students will be inspired to work together as a team and create projects that demonstrate their true understanding. Using activities such as the ones in my unit plan will contribute to this type of interactive learning. These ideas that I have come up with from this class have inspired me to start integrating technology in a variety of activities to help each and every one of my students. Utilizing activities in various intelligences will help students grow as lifelong learners. Additionally, I hope to incorporate innovative technology and popular social media such as Instagram, Twitter, and Edmodo in order to reach my students and engage them in learning. By learning what motivates each of my students and opening my mind about new ways of reaching these students, I feel that I can open doors to learning for each of them. Lastly, I hope to shine as a teacher that encourages my students to flourish and shine by using their own strengths in life. Creating these activities that capitalize on various intelligences and utilizes the various levels of Bloom's taxonomy will encourage students to think critically and create a meaningful connection to the content they are learning. I encourage you to take these strategies into the classroom to begin using Common Core standards and incorporate technology into learning every single day.